People seem to forget that as teenagers, emotions are the most intense thing in the entire world. Emotions can consume you entirely. They can influence the most significant decisions of your lives and take over every single aspect of your teenage years. And to get it, some people may see emotion as a weakness because it means that you're irrational. But emotions are also very real, and they can make you feel immensely joyous and agonizingly painful at the same time. So tonight, I want to bring your attention to an emotion that I feel like really isn't talked about enough: jealousy. Now, I want you to raise your hands if you've ever felt jealous or envious of anyone in your entire life. A lot of people, right? So, as you guys have shown me, jealousy and envy are emotions that everyone has experienced at least once in their life. And it's totally normal to feel that way. So what is jealousy and what is envy? Well, jealousy is the fear of losing what you already have. For example, a partner or a spouse or a position in your career. And envy is wanting what somebody else has. For example, their attractiveness, their talents, and their wealth. So while I dive deep into this subject, I want you to think of this question and try to answer it on your own as I speak. Are jealousy and envy toxic emotions to have? Now, I'm going to go through 3 stages of my relationship with jealousy and envy. And when you think of this jealousy, I don't want you to see it as just an emotion. I want you to think of it as a person. Think of it as this girl, a more idealized version of me, standing in front of me, right next to me right now. Actually, let's give her a name. Let's call her Lacey. So, in the first stage of my friendship or relationship with Lacey, it was actually a few years ago when I met her, during the pandemic. I know a lot of adults in this room, your lifestyles have been drastically shifted and altered by COVID-19, and you had to work from home, right? Well, for kids like me, we had to do online classes. I'm sure all of you remember it very well. Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I was a pretty lazy kid, and I didn't really concentrate in class, so my grades fell behind. And when I looked at other people in my year, when I came back to school a few years later, I saw how hardworking and ambitious they were. And that's when Lacey came into view. Lacey was everywhere with me. She had her arm around my shoulder. She was trailing her finger on my test papers and telling me how other people were better than me. I could see her in the faces of my classmates who had the opportunities and achievements that I wanted. So I worked harder. I studied more and achieved better. And whenever Lacey saw my progress, it felt like waves and waves of dopamine had hit me. It was thrilling. And I guess that's why I named this first stage intelligence, for I was envious of other people's intelligence, and I feared being considered average or being left behind. So I got the results that I wanted, but I was working harder not because I wanted to improve myself, but because I wanted to be better than other people. Now, I guess it can show that having a Lacey by your side means that you will improve yourself in the future, but the motivation behind it can be quite questionable. So onto my second stage of my friendship with Lacey. Having Lacey by your side means you are jealous of everyone around you, and when you are jealous, you feel selfish and you want everything to yourself. And that means your reason and rationality is gone. I used to be someone who wasn't very honest. And I think when Lacey came into view, it only amplified it, because suddenly numbers and achievements weren't enough for me anymore. Suddenly, I wanted other people's approval. And when Lacey saw this chance, she took it as her own, and she saw that crack in my exterior and dove right in. Honest people. I know a lot of you guys are very honest in this audience, but I wasn't. And at that time, I really hated selflessness whenever I saw it in other people. I think now that I realized it, it was because I lost it in the process of being jealous. It's because honest people like you had something that I was missing. I was always afraid to admit that I craved the attention like it was oxygen, and when I didn't get it, it was like Lacey had me in a chokehold. So I was envious of other people who could make friends easily, who could make people open up like it was breathing, and who could give and share and sacrifice and expect nothing in return. I wanted their selflessness, which is what I named the second stage. So I guess having jealousy in your mind can make you improve yourself for the better, but also every time you fail those expectations, it's like another weight is being added to your ankles. So you were probably wondering what my third and last stage of my friendship with Lacey is. Well, let me show you. To get me, you poison every little thing that I do. Lacey, oh Lacey, I just loathe you lately, and I despise my jealous eyes and how hard they fell for you. Yeah, I despise my rotten mind and how much it worships you. So, as you can see, I like singing, and if you know me very well, you'd know that I'm an all-rounded artist. I sing, I write, I act, I draw. And I thought that this was the one part of me that I wouldn't be jealous of in other people, because even if there were other people in the world that were better than me, this was the one part that I couldn't lose, or so I thought. Because I saw kids my age on social media who had the opportunities to artistic career paths that I wanted and didn't have. And every time I saw them, I saw how their goals were already at their feet and I was still so far away from mine. And the moment I realized that, it was like I wasn't making music for myself anymore. Because Lacey reached into my heart and took artistry, the only thing that I thought was mine. I wasn't writing poetry, I wasn't drawing, and I wasn't making music for myself. I was doing it so I could compare and compete with other people. And it was then that I realized just how painful jealousy can be. Because at the time, it felt like Lacey had a rusted knife, and she was driving it into my heart that I thought was mine. So I broke up with jealousy, and I broke up with Lacey. Whenever I saw her face in the hallways or walking right past me, I would turn away into a different direction. And for a while it really worked, because I started drawing again, and I started making music and writing poetry again for myself. And I worked hard, and I set these goals for myself. And I worked hard because I wanted to be better, not because I wanted to compete with other people. But throughout my journey with Lacey, here are 3 things that I realized while being friends with her. The first thing is that even though we quote-unquote broke up, she was never really gone. You're always gonna see Lacey in the back of your mind, in the hallways, in the face of that one classmate who was better than you at everything. And even though I tried to ignore her presence, I couldn't deny it. In the second stage, for the second point, it's that Lacey never really steals things from you. You may feel like, oh, that person, they stole my partner, or that student stole my leadership position. But really, it's not true. She never really steals things from you. She just makes you feel like they're not there. And I know that everyone has these different qualities and characteristics and traits inside of them that they feel like are lost when they see someone's better than them. But it's not true. You just have to focus on the person that's in front of you in the mirror instead of the Lacey that's beside you. And the third and final point is that I was subconsciously trying to avoid Lacey because I didn't want to feel the pain. And whenever someone brought up a topic that I felt jealous about, I would drift away and zone out so I wouldn't have to feel the pain flaring up again. But then I realized that no matter where you are in life, Lacey will always be there. Whether it's in the school hallways, or across the road, or in your new workplace, she'll always be waving at you from afar. So, is Lacey a bad friend? Is she a toxic emotion to have? I can't answer this for everyone personally because it's a double-edged sword. You may feel jealous, and you can use that as a motivation to make yourself better than other people and improve yourself. But for me, it slowly rotted me from the inside. So, lastly, if you are feeling jealous of someone right now, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. Not ever. Because you can't really control your emotions, and jealousy is a normal thing that everyone has felt before. So, you can't control it, but you can control how you act on it. If you are living in a state of jealousy right now, please don't act on your vengeance, don't act on it, and sabotage other people and hurt the people that you love. Don't act on envy just because Lacey told you to. Thank you.